Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and thank you once again to Bandai Namco Entertainment America for giving me the ability to test drive the Gundam G-Doors. Specifically the Psycho Gundam Mark IV, I believe it is, which is much smaller than your average Psycho Gundam, but has the Psycho plates to make up for it. And yes, it does share head with the Moon Gundam, because apparently just like the head and the Psycho plates wound up with the Vargel somehow. I forget how that works. I've watched the Moon Gundam like cutscenes in UC Engage, which were really good, but my brain is a brain. But yes, it is a cost 700 4-star support, usable in ground and space compatible, so a little bit better boost efficiency and like that. In space, melee priority 2, uh, 24,000 hit points, 29 each ballistic and beam resistance, 20 melee resistance, 40 range strength, and 30 melee strength. Movement speed 130, high speed maneuver 210, thruster gauge 70, turn speed 72. It has 19 close range slots, 15 medium range, 18 long range. Its enhancement lists or values are: at 980 enhancement points, it gets 1 extra ballistic resistance. At 1970, it gets +1 to ranged strength. 2950, it gets 100 hit points. At 3940, it gets complex expansion slot level 1, which is 1 more point in each of the 3 slot locations. Let's see. If you pay DP and expansion kits to break the first limit and get 7880 enhancement points, you get +5 range strength. And if you break the second limit in the same way and go to 11,820 points, it gets emergency range defense system level 1, which gives an extra 5% defense from ranged attacks while knocked down. Okay, so it has its own beam rifle, which kind of looks like a short barrel version of the Gundam Mark II's beam rifle. It is an EPAC type, fires 6 shots, 2,400 damage per shot, 400 meter range, which is pretty good. Cooldown time between shots 4 seconds, reload time 12 seconds. Does not charge. It has twin beam sabers, power 2,800, cooldown time between swings 2.5 seconds. And yeah, does not have any other special abilities that I can find. Head Vulcans, 80 power per shot, 60 ammo, 200 meter range, reload time 10 seconds. Cooldown time for machine guns doesn't really mean much. It always says 0.0, but the rate of fire can still vary pretty dramatically. And yeah, just standard Vulcans with no special abilities that I can find. G-Door's Rapid Beam Rifle, 600 damage per shot, 20 rounds, 400 meter range. Cooldown time between, I'm assuming, bursts, half a second, and 15-second reload time. Yep, limited successive fire, but no suppression. Okay, yeah, so it'll do build stun. Psycho Plates launch, 300 damage per hit. That can be quite a few hits. 1 ammo, range of 300 meters, cooldown time not applicable, reload time 13 seconds. Hold down the attack button to select a target, release to fire plates that attack a target. Yeah, so it is, pretty much what the Moon Gundam does and what the Psycho Bawu does. And let's see, Psycho Plates defense, ammo is 1, reload time 30 seconds. Deployed after using this weapon, which then nullify a melee and ranged attacks. Every time this weapon takes a certain amount of damage from melee or ranged attacks, its ammo will be consumed. I believe you can also hit the reload button to cancel it, but I may be wrong about that. And then it has Psycho Plate's full launch, which does 1,200 damage per hit, has 1 ammo, a 300 meter range, and a 15-second reload time. And yeah, so you can fire 1 set of plates and use the other one for defense, or you can fire them all. which not bad. Okay, I am going to see. I'll set one set of plates here. I usually set the defensive plates there, and we'll put full launch up here. Okay, so skill set has level 3 high performance radar, so a radar range of 450 meters. Personnel radar, so it can spot pilots within a 200-meter radius. Observational data link, so it can see, it allows your allies to see hit points of the enemy team. That's pretty standard for support. High performance aerospace gimbal level 2. Stabilizes attitude control measurement in space, allowing for a larger pitch angle when the MS is tilting. In other words, you can fire further up and down. Resist move, so basically dodge roll light. Press the accelerate button twice to perform resist move. Reaction is nullified during resist move, though damage is still taken. And it's level 1 resist move, so it does not offer any damage reduction. You take full damage, but you will can get out of the way of things and quite possibly not be stunned by them. Leg shock absorber level 3, so less stress on legs after jumping or boosting. Anti-blast, so it cannot be heavy staggered by mobile suits that explode right next to it. Flight control program level 2, so it can boost and jump in midair. Balancer level 1, so it can go directly into melee from a boost or a jump. Ambac level 2, which gives you, which cuts out the braking animation at the end of your boost in space and gives you a little bit of extra turn speed. Force injector level 2, so it can change directions mid boost relatively efficiently. Psychomu weapon buffer level 5. When a Psychomu weapon isn't selected, reduces hit points lost from damaged Psychomu weapons by 40%. In other words, basically with the amount of Psycho plates on its back, if it's not using any of them, it takes 40% less damage if you shoot it in the back. That's pretty good, honestly. Leg buffer level 3, less overload damage to the legs and 25% damage reduction to anything that hits the legs. G-Door's high performance counter program. Executing a counter with 50% hit points or less triggers a special powerful counter. Special counter won't occur when using the Psycho plates. Psycho plate resonance, G-Doors. Activates at 50% hit points, boosting mobility and attack power, and grants anti-air ranged auxiliary program level 1. So in other words, you do extra damage to things in the air. Psychomu equipment jamming is nullified, and which, yeah, if your Psychomu jammer is, or if you're affected by Psychomu jammer from an NTD equipped suit, that will cut it short. And grants anti-air ranged auxiliary program effect while activated, and reduces Psychomu lock times by 50%. Automatically reloads all Psychomu equipment, excluding defensive type, when it's used to destroy an enemy. Wow. Okay. Nullifies all reactions except for stagger due to cumulative damage, but only at the point of skill activation. Yeah, so I think I had this happen in a recent video when I was trying to fight something. If you get hit with a heavy stagger or a knockdown or a stun with the hit that takes you below 50% hit points, the resonance program will kick in and you will not have that damage reaction. But if build stun is what does it, you will be stunned. So that's not bad. If you do the full 7-step step up for the G-Doors, the special part you get is blast reduction armor. Ballistic resistance increases by 7. Blast damage from weapons reduced by 15%. Reaction to MS blasts is reduced. So what that tells me is when this is equipped, splash damage does less damage to you, and just like the explosive reactive armor skill, you are less likely to get stunned by by splash damage. The way I expect that to pan out, I can't guarantee it, but the way I expect that to pan out is If the splash damage would stun you, you'll just get, like, flinched, hindered, interrupted, whatever you want to call it. If it would heavy stagger you, it will just stun you instead. So that is not a bad deal. That is definitely something I could see having a lot of use for. Like, especially on larger suits, that could be really handy. Like, put that on something to up the splash damage defense on one of the really big things. Yeah, that could be useful. So we are going to do something a little bit different here today, because since 750 cost was just added, I want to see what the 750 cost version of a resort town training room looks like. If there's nothing here that has like stun resist like the Zoc does, I apologize, but we'll just have to deal. Um, let's see. Okay, so yeah, it is relatively fast for support. Seems light on its feet. It does have resist move, which, yeah, lets you do a dodge roll on technically a dodge roll, but without damage reduction. Let's see. There is a Zeta Gundam. There's a Humberby. I know that Cubile and the O are also available in the birds, Rob. 750 pool at present. And incidentally, when I was doing the step up on the test drive account, I did roll a 750 Humberby in the standard 10 spin, so I was right. You can get those they are just in the normal lottery. So yeah, so I don't think there's anything with damage control or any of those defenses at this level. So we'll just have to, work with what is, and we'll see how it does. I have a feeling it's going to do fairly well. But okay, so what do I want to start with? I guess I'll start with this standard Zeta Gundam. And the beam rifle does 3144. That's not bad. The burst beam rifle does. Okay. 2 bursts is enough to stun a standard mobile suit. And that is not bad. Fires fairly quickly, too. It will keep firing if you hold down the button, so yeah. So yeah, you can get about 2.5 like full stuns off on something with the ammo in the rapid fire version of the rifle. The Vulcans, not terrible build stun. It could be faster. I've seen Vulcans that are, but the rate of fire itself is pretty good, so that's not the bad news. Okay. Let's check out the normal Psycho Plate attack. Okay, yeah, it's the same pattern as the Moon Gundam, but I'm pretty sure it fires more plates, because that seemed like it hit more than my Moon Gundam usually does. Yeah, like I think it does less damage per hit, and as you could see, does not do build stun. But here's the thing about that. I think this angle should work. Oh, it went over. Okay, it does do a little bit of build stun, as you can see from there. But yeah, a couple of things that are fun about Psycho Plates. I'm going to lock on to that. And if you get prone before they connect, they will get the bonus for going prone. Okay, let's try the full attack, and I'll just try it from crouching, and we'll see. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that did show. Those stun pretty rapidly. They fire very quickly. And you probably saw what it is I was trying to show off and finally got to it. The Psycho Plates pierce. So that is very useful in terms of hitting groups. Because it does not do a lot of build stun, and it does not and it does good damage and piercing damage. Moon Gundam has actually been my mobile suit of choice in AB rooms, because if you end up on A and need to clear the field relatively quickly, you can do that. It can hit a whole lot of things. Now, I'm going to test, I'm pretty sure, since it has 2 sets of plates, if you trigger the defensive plates, yes, you can use the defensive and the single single round psycho plates at the same time. But you do have to and reload will cancel it incidentally. So if you want to get your full plate attack out, you can just cancel your shield and get going on that. Yeah, it stuns very, very quickly that way. Nice. Okay, so let's look at melee. Okay, it has the really close, fast vertical slash. It does not have any levels of melee combo controller, so you get one swing, so make it count. Yeah, so pretty standard twin blade pattern so far. Okay, it does that, which is more or less the same downswing as things like the Q-Blade, the Tristan, etc. So, yeah, that is a good downswing, but it's also very wide, which is, good for fighting defensively, but also just watch your teammates, because it is a little bit tricky. Okay, so some other skills I'll show off before we check out the counters. Like I said, forced injector, you can change directions a few times without overheating. It is much more fuel efficient than forced injector level 1. It's up at around 3 or 4, though, where things get just absolutely nice and zippy. I'm going to do a jump to show the midair skills. It can jump in midair. It can boost in midair. And yeah, all right. When the boost comes back, we will check out both versions of the tackle. Here's the standard tackle, which, just a kick. And down to 40% health. Oops. It won't do that when you're invincible, so there we are. All right, so that makes the resonance skill and counter skill active. Yeah, that is a much faster lock on. And now I've got to cancel that, yeah, because you can't have any Psycho Plate skills active to see the special counter, which is... Okay, I'm going to do that on something else, because that, like, half of that was invisible due to the camera angle. Let's try this angle instead. Okay, yeah, that's again, similar to the Moon Gundam's version, but just a little bit more, because it does have a little bit more, well, it doesn't have a little bit more, it has way more Psycho Plates. Let's try it from this angle and just take another look. Yeah. Okay, what kind of damage did that do? Seeing the numbers, that is tricky. 785 for the first hit. And then, yeah, I can't see numbers for the subsequent hits. It seems like it does not actually do a ton of damage, but it does look really cool. So, given, how much damage everything else seems to do, I'm not too surprised by that. Yeah, and... Yep. Yeah, really good damage out of those. Attack power, of course, is up, so the rifle should be better. And... Okay, yeah. So, I think we are more or less ready to try a little bit of live fire here. So I'm going to just retreat back here, reset my health to 100%. And we're going to turn on the enemy AI and see how well I can do with this. So far, I really like the look of it. There will be a guest round with it soon, because Always Shipper was nice enough as to drop one on me. So that is... that work? Yes. All right, yeah, so I've got that lined up. It'll probably be tomorrow, but no promises. Might be Sunday, because I did get another... I did record my first 700 round, which went relatively okay. Okay, yeah, that's something I forgot to test. Can you fire the Psycho Plates while boosting? Answer for the half dose seems to be yes. Let's try this again. You can fire the full launch while boosting as well. Okay, when they come back, yep. Okay, I had already taken out that thing's legs, and like I said, piercing, very valuable, and yeah, look how much damage you can do to all of that, and look how much you can keep all of that out of your hair as it moves in on you. Okay, yeah, when the Humberby is moving defensively, it's a little bit harder to nail down, unsurprisingly. But that's okay. Okay, yeah, I think it's trying to flank me, so there, Psycho Plate's out. I'm gonna put on the defensive psycho plates. I want to see how long they last. One hit. Okay. Yeah, so they're not quite as robust as the Moon Gundams. Just as a support, damage ceiling on this is much higher. This has, as you saw, a lot of slots. I'm not using any of them at the moment. And I'm not using its range damage enhanced hanger values. And of course, the new enhancement system is in place, so that can further increase this thing's damage capabilities with enough good rolls. The damage of some of the like attack value skills actually increase the damage ceiling. I saw 105% on one of them. I think I got. Unfortunately, I used on my alternate account, I did some upgrading on the A-type Gelgoog, which I didn't do on the main account. And the thing about that is that I'm about to explode. The thing about that is that the A-type Gelgoog not really built for melee; it's built for ranged. So, but again, as I understand it, the way the system is set up, anything with an unlocked slot, you can re-roll once a day, or at least you can re-roll once per engineer per day. So, and the way that's set up, I have a feeling that in the future we may end up with more engineers. That's just a guess, but I feel like it would make sense to me. There's even possibility there's people they could throw in there from various Gundam shows. I think that would be interesting. Uh, Heck, you could give them like bonus damage against uh, or bonus damage, bonus like great success or chances of higher levels with like things from their specific element. Like if you got a mechanic like a 1-year war mechanic, you could have them get a bonus for you know things from their specific time period or series, something like that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Like put Astonage in there and give him like bonuses against or bonuses to upgrading Zeta and Char through Char's counterattack era suits. I think that would be an interesting way to do it. Okay, yeah, I don't think you can launch during the landing animation, but let's try jumping if I don't get stunned out of it, and I got stunned out of it. All right, I'm going to do this again, hopefully, and yes, the plates can be launched in midair. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. It should be possible to fire the rifle in midair. I think I probably already have, but we'll double check that. Yes, and we'll try it again on the rapid fire version. Yes, rapid fire versions are generally pretty good for using in midair because they, you get extra chances. Now, if I'm right about the way that Psycho Shield plate shield works, though, I think good. The roll did take me over the highway. I was hoping. I'm pretty sure that with the oh yeah, I got extra damage on that because it was in the air while I was while I was below 50% health. But yeah, the way that Psychoplate Shield works is basically when it does the big asterisk formation after blocking something, I'm pretty sure that any like subsequent shot that connects with it until it retracts will. I didn't. Man, I should have noticed that before. That let's cancel that. Yeah, just the psycho plates actually get more animation and do more hits after when you're in this resonance mode. Should have noticed, but glad I finally got it noticed while I was doing this. Okay, might do the same on the full launch, but I'm not sure. But yeah, see? Yeah, see how they circle back around and actually do enough build stun to be worth mentioning against this Humberby after the Psycho Resonance is active. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see if something, what happens when I actually connect with these. I don't think the full launch changes much. I may be wrong about that. I'm going to do it one more time. But yeah, you can see how much extra damage it does. If I'd been a little bit faster on getting to my Vulcans or my beam rifle, I could have just I could have just built on that build stun very easily. Yeah, I don't. It probably does more damage, but it doesn't seem to get any extra hits. I don't think with the full launch. Looks like it's kind of subjective as to whether it gets any with the half launch too. Like that last one against the Zeta does not seem to did not seem to get a double. So I don't. I'm sure there's like special conditions as to whether or not they come back around. But yeah, when they do, as you can see, it's strong. So 176 damage with Vulcans per shot, which that's pretty good because what their listed damage is, I think 80. So that's over double, or with ranged mod plus resonance. Yeah, that's really good. I'm getting 107. Okay, I think I know what's happening there now that I think about it. If hits come close enough together, the numbers do start stacking. So probably they fire fast enough that it was registering like 2 or more shots at a time. Still, decent damage. So I'm not going to complain. Can I do it? Yes, it did not have time to stun me. And, however, those, the plates are fairly fast, and I still didn't have time to actually hit it on the ground. Oops, I'm dead. I'm going to do one more try. I want to hit something, knock it down, and see if the full plates are fast enough. May not be as good of a test now that I'm back at full health, because it's going to launch a little bit slower. But I really like this. Like I said, the Moon Gundam is one of my favorites. The Psycho Plates are a very versatile weapon. There's nothing that has like special defense against them, unlike Psychomu beam weapons. And yeah, they hit a lot and they pierce. So really good for crowd control, really good for damaging as many things as possible, as much as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull one off here. If I can get just one of them to follow me, I'll be in good shape. Okay, that's one. That is unfortunately 2, but we'll try this anyway. Well, we've just pretty much definitively proven there is no piercing. Yeah, plates don't really go quite fast enough. That was not like my fastest. That was not the best I could do with it, but they pretty clearly do not, probably do not go fast enough to get a lock on before. Yeah, can't really lock on and fire after you down somebody. Maybe once I'm in resonance mode, but I'm also just not reacting quite fast enough. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. I think it's the shrubbery. We blame the shrubbery. Okay. Yeah, might get one hit in after a knockdown with like the first plate if you've got if you go as fast as you can and hit resonance. But I'm pretty sure that if you want a combo on something downed, there's better options. For example, that. And feet. Yeah, you can get quite a few shots in that way. Probably the standard beam rifle is even better for that. But also, you can let those go. Oops. You can let those go and get stunned. But we'll do that again. Let those off, stun into downswing, and I can finish that with Vulcans. Yeah, so yeah, you can just let the Psycho Plates fly and then start attacking and get some really good damage done. So yeah, just I was a little bit too focused on doing it a specific way, and that does not always work out. But okay, killed the shield, full plates, and well, let's hit everything in a straight line, because that will be good. Okay, yeah, about 4 shots per burst on the rapid-fire beam rifle, so nope. And yeah, as you can see, it may not provide stun defense, but having There's that Zeta, good. But having resist move does at least let you, veer back out of the range of a melee attack, so that is definitely worthwhile. And yeah, stun into downswing does get the Hammerby out of your hair, and you can have the shield up while that's going. Oh, I forgot that because that's like the secret on this version of the defensive psycho plates. I forgot. It's like the new Gundam HWS. Since it's ammo based, it stays up until it's hit. So it may not block much when it's up, but it will stay up until it gets used up or you're done with it. That is pretty good. Okay, so I don't know why the psycho plates weren't just hitting more before, but it looks like it is not necessarily it's not a resonance thing for it to be for it to hit as often as it was. It just seems, I guess it depends on the range you use the mat, maybe. Now they are in resonance, so. But yeah, they I wonder if it is dependent on range. I wonder if they can't loop around if you're too close. Oh, let's test that. Okay, no, they're doing it. I don't get it, but yeah. Either way, they hit quite a bit. I underestimated them. They are pretty solid. And yeah, that's up now. Can I do it? I can do it. I'm like 100% sure that it will not block tackles. Let's see. Nope, sure doesn't. You just get your plates back and fall over. But yeah, that is the G-Doors. I really like it. I hope I can get it on an account of my own. But, that's true of most 4 stars at this point. Hope it eternally wears the springs. And I survived. I also fell on my face because I'm out of feet. But yeah, that is the G-Doors. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.